this is Melanie from Hooked to the Left, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to take a look at this particular crochet hook set, and we're going to see if this is worth the money that you can pay for this on Amazon. I do have this link down below if you are interested in this set. It is a very nice, affordable set. So before we get started with that, I do want to say, if this is the kind of thing that you enjoy watching on YouTube, crochet product reviews, yarn hauls, just anything crochet worthy, or crochet like, then go ahead and go down below, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that bell so that you're reminded every time I come out with a brand new video. So let's take a look at this. Now I've had it a couple of days, so the stickiness on it kind of wore off. But it did come in this plastic bag, and for those of you that want to know this, it is made in China, as most affordable things on Amazon are. Not everything, but a lot. Okay, now all the hooks and everything come in this really super duper cute zippered bag, so it looks like a little pencil case. Okay, and let's go ahead and open up and take a look and see what we've got inside. Alright, let me put this to the side here. So you've got this cute little pencil case, which I really like this. It's got a nice durable kind of, that feels like, I don't know what you would call that. It's not felt. I don't know. But anyway, it's pretty sturdy. And then it's definitely not rainproof, but it's a pretty fabric on the outside with your little detail with that lace right there. And the zipper is pretty nice. It's a nice smooth zipper. So there's no catching on the zipper, which I like that. Okay, so what's included in this particular set is, looks like 10 hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hooks. So this includes 9 different hooks. Make sure I counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. And then it comes with a vial of yarn needles, which I am enjoying the sound that makes for some reason. It's probably driving some of you guys nuts, but yeah, it comes with some yarn needles. These are not my favorite needles, but they are good in a pinch. They are not very sharp, so they're nice. They're dull tip, but they're good enough to get through what you need them to get through. And there is some variation in the width of the eye. So this is a thinner needle here. It still has, and it's hard to see because it doesn't want to focus with everything else going on, but the eye is it's pretty wide, especially as compared to, say, like the eye of a sewing needle. And then this eye is much wider, and it's a little bit thicker. So they do take into account, like, whereas this one is super thin and the eye is much smaller, but it's still wider than a sewing needle. So they do have several different variations. See here, how many needles, different sizes do they have? Oops, as I throw them all around. So they have got, let's see, pick up all these needles. They have got a total of, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically, for every size hook, you've got a different size yarn needle. That might be a little overkill. I'd rather they just give me one flexible, wide-eyed needle rather than go to all of that mess. So I was trying to, I was sitting here off screen trying to put this in this way, and that is the wrong way. You put this in like that. That is the correct way. But I do like this little vial. This is nippy. I like that a lot. It also comes with a set of, let's see here, 1, 2, I'm trying to count, it's hard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it looks like about 10 of these stitch markers. So about 10 stitch markers. It's your basic plastic stitch marker. I am not going to open this up, but it is, it looks like your basic plastic stitch marker. I wish that this was in a resealable little baggie. I do not like that this, once you open this, it's just open, and then these stitch markers will be loose in here. Not a fan of that, but I'm glad that they did include those. And then you have your hooks. Now these are all different colored hooks. These are ergonomic handles. These are kind of a smooth plastic, not too smooth. So the white part is a hard plastic, and then this is a little bit more rubbery, and it has these little grips on there. Now, one thing that I was surprised about, because they only show you like them pictured on Amazon like this, I was surprised to find that they are flat. It starts to get a little bit more of a curve down here at the end, but for the most part they are flat. So I know for a knife grip that should be fine, unless it all depends on where you need the hook to be when you're holding it. Sometimes that could be in the way, but for the way that I hold it, it should be fine. Your thumb will rest right here as you're pulling the yarn through. Okay, so that's nice. I am not sure how that works with somebody who is a pencil grip and holds their hooks like this. Honestly, I don't know how that would work. It probably all depends on the placement of the hook and in comparison to where the flatness is on this. So again, not certain how that would work. It does look like it's going to be your basic sizes. So you've got your biggest hook here at 6 millimeters, and your smallest hook out of the 9, I think, is your 2 millimeter. Yeah. So, yeah. So your 2 millimeters is the smallest, and your biggest is the 6 millimeter. And it jumps from the 3 millimeter to the 2 millimeter, so you don't get that 2.5 millimeter hook. Not that big of a deal unless you're dealing a lot more often with the smaller yarns, which I do not. I like knowing that it's got between 4 millimeter up to the 6 millimeter. Those are going to be where I would sample from, where the hook sizes are that I sample from. So now these are all aluminum. I'm taking a feel on this. Now there is a little bit of a catch down here towards where the plastic part meets it almost feels like there's some glue here. So I'm not sure how that would work with the yarns, especially with roving yarns. And am I feeling that on all of them? So far that's the only one I really felt that with. I'm not feeling many other flaws on these as I'm going through them. This one's got a little bit of a flaw along the back end here, but I'm not feeling that weird thing where it felt like glue right here where the plastic met. Let's see. No, these are all fine. Not feeling really any major flaws with these. This is so far feeling like it's going to be a great set for a beginner. Okay, so now there's no major flaws except for that one hook, which was in this particular set, it was the 4.5 millimeter, right up in here, and I don't know if you can catch that. You can kind of see where the glue is whenever and I don't think my camera's going to catch that, but where the plastic meets the aluminum. Alright, so let's see how these feel when you use them. Let me find the 5.5 millimeter, which is the black. Let's see how it feels whenever I'm using it with Walmart's Mainstays 100% acrylic yarn. This is their basic 4-weight yarn, which they recommend 5.5 millimeter hooks with this. Alright, so go ahead and get my slip knot. Okay. Alright, so far so good. I'm going to go ahead and do 15, somewhere around there, 15 chains in this particular mini, not really a project. Somewhere around 15. I may do 10, I may do 12. I don't know. We'll find out, right? Alright, so I think that's a good enough sampling. And so it was pretty good. I got a little bit of drag, but nothing significant as far as working with this particular hook. I will say there's some parts here on the shaft of the hook where there's you may want to file down. Like there's a little piece of plastic right here that I'm feeling on my finger, which I am not a fan of that. Alright, so let's go ahead and do some single crochets. I'm not going into the back loop, but I'm just gonna do a few single crochets here. Yeah, this is feeling pretty good. Really no significant drag. There's, I mean, the tiniest little bit of drag, but nothing, something, yeah, that's what I got used to. And if you see where I get stuck a little bit pulling the hook through, that has nothing to do with the hook itself. That has more to do with how tightly I crochet sometimes. So it's not the hook. Now these aluminum hooks feel pretty good. Just like any, as far as the drag goes, just like any Boy or Susan Bates hooks. I will tell you, if you're buying this for somebody who is a Susan Bates fan, they may not like this as much because these are tapered ends. Susan Bates is an inline brand of hooks. Their style is inline, and these are tapered. So I would not necessarily suggest this for somebody as an upgrade or a gift to give to somebody who is used to the inline hooks as opposed to somebody who is used to the tapered hooks, which would be Boy hooks. Okay, so there is your ergonomic hooks there. They're pretty nice. I can't say really anything bad about them. I like the way that one worked. My only concern is this particular one that had that, this is not this one, it's the 4.5, that had that little bit of glue right there. But you know, it may be that you can kind of get that off with Goo Gone or something. I'm not real sure, but that's one thing that I would be concerned about. But no, it worked out pretty nice. Oh, and the other things too is I would file down any of these extra little plastic pieces, and I'm seeing them on a lot of them at that same spot right here. It's just where the plastic pokes a little bit when you're using it, and you can feel it. And I could see when you're using these for an excessive amount of time where that would get to be pretty annoying. So I would suggest filing that down. But other than that, the drag was pretty nice on these, on a less extensive hook. I'm used to a drag from the Clover hooks, which is next to no drag. So so to say that there is very little drag on this is pretty, yeah, it's pretty nice for a nice inexpensive hook. I like that. So overall, this kit, how would I rate this particular kit overall? I would give this, because of that little bit of plastic poking out, I would give this out of 5 stars, 3.5 stars. Now, what are some things that I don't like about this set? Really just a couple of things. Number one, as I mentioned before in the individual hooks, I do not like this little catch here, which you'll want to do something about that on the plastic here in about in the middle of your handle. I also don't like that these are not in a resealable little baggie. That is something I don't like. And finally, I don't like that there is no set of scissors in this set. No little pair of scissors in the set. You can usually include a pair of scissors for relatively cheap, so I feel like that should have been included. But if you want, it's easy enough to go to the Dollar Tree, get a little pair of scissors, and then just include them in the set if you're gifting it or for yourself. So again, out of 5 stars, I would rate this entire set at about 3.5 stars. If it is something that you're interested in trying out, you like the colors of them, these are great vibrant colors. I do really like that. And I do like how bold the size of the hooks are, and I do like that they do have also the American size, which is, you know, E for 3.5, that kind of thing, the letter size, as opposed to just simply being the millimeter. Only because a lot of the American crocheters are very used to using the letter when, and sometimes your patterns that you may purchase call out only the letter and don't call out the millimeters. So again, 3.5 stars out of 5 stars. And that's what I would give this. I do love the little case for that, and I love the case for the needles, and I like that it does come with needles, even if it seems a little excessive to have 9 different sizes. Now, my favorite needles and my favorite scissors are also linked down below, but this particular set is definitely linked down below if you're interested in purchasing them for yourself or somebody else. Now, also, I tend to not keep the hooks that I don't use a lot, and as I just told you, I tend to use my clovers or have some furls and stuff like that I use. So I will be giving away this particular set of hooks. And just with that in mind, you want to go down below, read all of the rules to make sure that you are abiding by them. This will be open internationally. If it is cost prohibitive to send it to your country, then I will instead send you the gift card for the equivalent amount to you via email. I'll send you an e-gift card. So it's void where prohibited. And I do ask that you are 18 years or older to enter in this particular giveaway. Okay, so with that in mind, how do you enter? Well, I want to ask you a question, and you can answer that down below. The question I want to know is, have you used ergonomic hooks as of yet? And if so, what is your particular brand that you really, really love? Have you tried a pair of ergonomic hooks that you just love? Or do you find that you are perfectly happy with your basic boy hooks, or, which I don't have one right here. No, oh, here we go. With your basic aluminum hooks like this? Are you just happy with those? Or do you like ergonomic hooks, and which brand of ergonomic hooks do you like? I would love to know. So go ahead and answer that down below. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.